Hello and welcome to my channel. This video is about how to install meshchat, reticulum-meshchat by Liam Cottle, which is on this GitHub page, and I'm installing it on Ubuntu 22 because everything I do happens on Ubuntu 22 and I've just about worked out how to make things work, so I'm not going to upgrade myself anytime soon. So in 2026 I've noticed that things are starting to break a little bit. I'm going to install the latest version of meshchat, which is version 2.3.0 as of this date, February 2026, but I found that things were breaking slightly, and I wanted to pin it down a bit to make sure that it's going to run stably, because I've got it running on a server that's quite busy, and occasionally it would crash when a certain kind of LXMF packet was received and so on. And so I've made a set of notes here that I'm going to use to show you how I install it, just for me, so that it works on my machines. It's actually an Ubuntu 22 virtual machine that's running VM157 meshchat. I just need to check I've got the right name, and it's got the right IP address, same as the name. Let's just clear that screen, make it look a bit cleaner. So I'm just going to install it on there. And I'm going to use virtual environments so that I can pin down the version numbers of various dependencies, as you will see. This is just my take on things. So the first thing I need to do is to install these things. Just the usual Python 3 virtual environment and pip, the package manager for Python, curl and git, the usual things that we use. So that'll take a few seconds to install. It's not the fastest server in the world, but it's got some RAM in it. And these days I seem to need RAM more than I use CPU power. I was just looking at a video about running everything in RAM totally, with no disks, no SSDs, no nothing. Run it all in RAM because it's faster, till you have a power glitch, but that's another thing. So those are installed. And then let's do this. Using curl to download those packages. Looks like it's working. And then clean up a bit. I found I need to remove that, so I'll do that next. I get these things lined up ready to paste. Maybe I need a faster internet connection as well. Depends on how busy things are. So there it is. Let's just paste that in. Where's it gone? It's not working. Try again. Control-C and then Control-Shift-V. Okay, looks good. So now we've got to install nodejs. And after that I'm going to use auto-remove to clean things up a bit. So let's copy that ready. It's probably not very interesting for you watching things scrolling up the screen. I'll put this list of commands in the comments so you can copy paste it as well. So let's do that auto remove, clean up a bit. Okay. And then just check that those are installed properly and look at the version numbers. Yeah, Node version 20 is a recent version. Okay, good. And npm 10. So what I'm going to do now is to create the virtual environment with this name, meshchat-venv, Control-C, V. So that hopefully will create a virtual environment without problems. Okay, and I'm going to activate it using this command. And you see that it is activated because my prompt has now changed to this to show I'm in a virtual environment. And then we're going to clone the reticulum-meshchat program from GitHub that we looked at earlier. So git clone it, and the next thing is to change into the directory where it gets downloaded to. So let's do that. It hasn't already done automatically. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, it's because my this Ubuntu machine name is meshchat as well as that. That confused me for a second, but now we're in the correct directory in the virtual environment. So now we can pick out the version we want, which is that one, 2.3.0, which is the latest one. Interesting. Okay. And then we can install it using pip and the requirements.txt file. It'll take a little while to install probably. Download and install. And the next thing I'm going to do is to install the Reticulum node stack with a particular version, and also LXMF with a particular version. These are fixed at these version numbers because these are the ones that work together nicely, I've discovered, with this particular version of meshchat. Also, peewee needs to be at a version less than 4. If you don't put this in, it will be 4 point something. That was causing a instability for me. So by doing this, you'll see when I check with these commands that it's an earlier version. So Control C, do this all in one block. So that's all done, and then check the version numbers of each of these things to make sure that it really worked and that they're present, like that. And there you are, we can see we've got the right RNS version I wanted, the LXMF version I wanted, and this is the peewee version, which is not 4, it's less than 4. So that's what works for me. And then we can do the npm install in here. I'm going to go off the edge of the screen soon because of this large text. I'm using large font size to make it legible on video for the benefit of the viewer. And after that's done, then we're going to do the build front end for the meshchat. And I'm not using the graphical user interface that comes with meshchat, which is built using Proton, because I found that was giving me some instability problem as well, which I've ironed out by avoiding it. And what I do is run it headless and view it with a web browser. So let's have a look at this. Yes, that has installed without error. Good. So the next thing to do is to create a shell script called run meshchat.sh, which will start the meshchat program headlessly this way and then serve it up as a web page. So I'm going to use nano to do that. So we're going to nano that file name that I want to use, and I'm just going to paste in the contents, which is all of this. And what it's going to do is, if the virtual environment's not activated, it will get activated, change into the right directory, run meshchat.py, headless, host IP address with all zeros means that any IP address can connect to it, and wait for a bit, and then hopefully open the web browser. Let's see if that will work. So I'm going to save this with Control X. Yes, there it is. And we need to be in the home directory. So, whoops, I'm just going to type CD here. Okay. And yeah, don't forget to make it executable, that shell script. So Control C. Let me just see if it's actually in there. Yeah, there it is, run meshchat. You see it's white. That means it's not executable. There are no X's here yet. So let's paste in that chmod plus X command. Do ls again, and now it's turned green. That means it's executable, and some X's have appeared in here. So it's now an executable shell script, which I can run from anywhere, hopefully, just by typing in this. So let's do Control C, and then Control Shift V, and see what happens. We're going to get an error. Sometimes things don't always work first time. And as you can see, there is an error. And I'm going to have to find out why that is. I'm not going to edit out the error I made and pretend I didn't make it. What happened was I didn't actually do the run build front end. I copied it. Well, I didn't copy it. I highlighted it, and then I went off to look at something else, and when I came back I forgot to copy paste it, so it never happened. So that needs to be done to build the front end, which I didn't do. So I've done it now. I'm not going to do it again because it might break something. So it just shows how much you have to pay attention to what you're doing. And having done that, and I went ahead and made this script file, having skipped over this important step, we can now try to run this using that command, that one, which will run the shell script. Hopefully this time it won't get a whole lot of errors due to missing things. And oh, look at that, it started the web browser and there it is. I don't like the bright white, so the first thing I'm going to do is go into settings and change the light theme to a dark theme. Thank you very much. Give my eyes a rest. And can make it bigger with Control Plus so you can see it. So there it is. Now it's installed, meshchat, and it should be version 2.3. It is, with the versions of RNS and LXMF that I wanted. And this is the one that runs stably for me. It's been running for several days now with no errors and no little crashes. So hopefully, if you wanted to install meshchat in a reliable way, then you can see this is the way to do it. Because it's served up to a web browser, you can actually browse it from another machine if you want, because it's visible over your local area network if you just put in the IP address of the machine you've installed it on. So on this one, for example, if I do Control-Shift-T, make this bigger. Whoops, I think it's too late at night. Just type IPA. This shows you the IP address of the machine you're using. I fixed these manually, so I know where I am. So you just put in that with a colon and 8000 from another web browser somewhere else, and it should connect to that meshchat instance and allow you to use it via the network. So there we are. I look forward to reading your comments and questions, and let's see if we can meet on the Reticulum Nomad net and have a discussion. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.